I'm super excited today.
More cowbell. Right on.
Her voice could punch you in the face. I love this one.
Jive turkey.
Who are you calling Jive Turkey?
You.
Hi guys, this is Play It Again. I'm Ginger.
And I'm Mike. And we've talked Cure before on this channel.
Yes.
And how about neither of us has seen them live.
No.
And after our view of
The Forest
live, we both regret that. So
yeah.
I've suggested coming back and do a little more live Cure.
Yes,
Help
and I
us
believe
catch
this is your favorite song, isn't it?
Charlotte Sometimes is my favorite Cure song. And it's inspired by a children's novel about a girl who alternately wakes up back in World War I and then in her own time. And
just back and forth?
Back and forth. And then she winds up not coming back for quite a long time and she fears she's trapped or something. I've never read it, but it
sounds interesting.
What it's about. Yeah. So poor Charlotte knows all these girls from World War I. Most of them are dead before her own lifetime.
Yep.
And it's quite sad. Quite sad. But
oh, we might have to pick up the book.
Yeah, I think I might.
I'm surprised that you haven't read it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So as long as I've known Mike, he talks all the time about this song. So we both heard the song before. We haven't heard this actual performance of it before.
No.
And The Cure always brings out their best in live performances.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to check out a live one of my favorites.
I really enjoyed the last one. Everybody who watched that one knows. So let's go.
I'm sure it will capture the full sadness.
This is what? 2016.
Here's an old song.
Old songs are good.
Still sounds so good.
That bass.
I love how happy it makes you to hear that song.
It really does, which is kind of funny because it's an extraordinarily sad song about an extraordinarily sad book, from what I can tell.
It's true. It's true. So, okay, the recording of that wasn't awesome. Unfortunately, the sound was a little bit muddied. And because I know what that song sounds like, I'm sad about that because, well, just like almost everything The Cure does, there's these kind of spacey, atmospheric, subtle atmospheric elements that get missed because of the muddy sound of the...
It's true.
It's too bad because I know, guys, if you haven't heard the original, you got to listen to it. I know that there's times where his voice does a reverb that, I mean, it sounds like the theme of the song, right? Where it's kind of coming back and forth from the past to the present, right?
Yeah.
And it's got that. Spacey is a good word for the feel of that song.
Yeah, right the first time I heard that song, in my early teens maybe, if not slightly younger, the sadness grabbed me right away. Right?
Yeah.
The feel of it. And I didn't know what it was about. I had no clue until a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
About the book that inspired it. And now I just appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
And that bass line, that is quintessential Cure, right?
It really is.
Deep and powerful.
Nobody sounds like that.
And beautiful.
Nobody's ever been able to replicate that sound.
I love it.
It is. It's penetrating, right? Like, they're so good. And okay, props to Robert Smith because 2016 was only 5 years ago.
Yep.
And they've been around since
late 70s.
Yeah. Okay. He sounds the same.
Yep, he really does.
And that's really something. Like a career that long singing. It reminds me of Morrissey, right?
Yeah.
I had the same reaction where so many years of singing and the voice has not changed at all. It's still exactly perfect.
Yeah, you could go and see them today, either one of those guys, and go, that's exactly what I was expecting.
Yep, it would sound like
40 years
something
of expectation.
Exactly.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it's in my mind is a good thing because you fall in love with that voice. Like Robert Smith's voice is...
That's so unique.
I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Right? It's so unique.
It would have been a shame for it to change with age.
Yeah.
It's just perfect the way it is. Yeah, those guys still got it, right?
Absolutely.
Like you hear about all these bands that persist forever, right? You got AC/DC and the Rolling Stones and they seem to be around forever, but you don't hear about bands as much like this where they're persisting just as long, right? And they still got it, right? Like that would have been quite the show.
For sure.
So yes.
Yeah, if they ever come anywhere near us,
we definitely have to go.
We're going.
For sure. So a little trip down memory lane for us. Hopefully you all enjoyed that too. And like I said, if you haven't heard the original, you gotta listen to it because it's definitely worthwhile. And otherwise, play it again. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. You can find us on Twitter. We are at PlayItAgainMG. And thanks for coming out, guys.